Y le seguimos con más tribal. DJ Morpheus, el pelón del micrófono. You know, con Violento.
Y la Tracalosa de Monterrey.
Ya tú sabes cómo suena.
Súmase Violento.
Moviendo la cadera. Con mi cumbia tribalera. Moviendo la cadera. Con mi cumbia tribalera.
Es domingo por la noche, ya me quiero ir a bailar. Ya tengo mis botas nuevas listas para zapatear. Mis amigos, las mujeres, de un tequila para empezar. Con la troca lavadita lista para parrandear. Y ahora sí nos vamos todos a bailar tribal. Con la cumbia tribalera.
¿Sabe?
Con el pelón del micrófono.
You know.
La raza de Violento.
Dale.
Y la Tracalosa de Monterrey.
Suena DJ Morpheus.
Y moviendo suavecito, sandungueando despacito, sacudiendo la cadera y meneando el ombliguito. Y moviendo suavecito, sandungueando despacito, sacudiendo la cadera y meneando ese culito.
Moviendo la cadera. Mi cumbia tribalera. Moviendo la cadera. Con mi cumbia tribalera. Y ahora a ver toda mi gente con las manos bien arriba, porque ahora todo mundo va a bailar el pasito de la cumbia tribalera. Ya tú sabes cómo suena, you know.
Ya llegando a la party nos pusimos a pistear. Una del sellito rojo que tuvimos que comprar. Las mujeres se acercaron, nos pusimos a bailar. Todo el mundo ya bien pero pues que toquen más tribal. Y moviendo suavecito, sandungueando despacito, sacudiendo la cadera y meneando el ombliguito. Y moviendo suavecito, sandungueando despacito, sacudiendo la cadera y meneando ese culito.
Moviendo la cadera. Con mi cumbia tribalera. Moviendo la cadera. Con mi cumbia tribalera. Ay, pues aquí andamos bien violento y que andas bien tracalosa. Pues vamos a darle chance que cante el mudo, ¿no? ¿Cómo ven? Que cante el mudo, véngase mi mudo, que suene tribal.
Hey, Ceci.
Que los pinches mudos se prenden, güey. Se prenden con la música.
Can you hear me? Maya, ¿cómo estás? Awesome. Can you hear me? Can you hear me all right? We got Nelson Sa. What's up, Nelson? When are you going to come visit us? At Benson High School. Come on, brother. We miss you. All right. I'm going to go find you. All right. Let's give it like another minute for some other students to hop in there. Maria, Maria.
Y le seguimos con más tribal. DJ Morpheus, el pelón del micrófono. You know,
Come on, you gotta
con
get that dancing
Violento.
now.
Y la Tracalosa de Monterrey.
Ya tú sabes cómo suena.
Súmase Violento.
Moviendo la cadera. Con mi cumbia tribalera. Moviendo la cadera. Con mi cumbia tribalera.
Es domingo por la noche, ya me quiero ir a bailar. Ya tengo mis botas nuevas listas para zapatear. Mis amigos, las mujeres, de un tequila para empezar. Con la troca lavadita lista moviendo suavecito, sandungueando despacito, sacudiendo la cadera y meneando el ombliguito. Y moviendo suavecito, sandungueando despacito, sacudiendo la cadera y meneando ese culito. Moviendo la cadera, con mi cumbia tribalera. Moviendo la cadera, con mi cumbia tribalera.
Y ahora a ver toda mi gente con la...
All right, all right.
You're not live on the other one.
I'm not. Hold on, back to live mode. Publish. How about now? All right. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Can you all hear me? Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Michelle is in the house. How you doing, Michelle? Hey, Maureen. Okay, I got a slow response for your quick question. What is it? Sometimes it's because they don't have the Zoom app on their phone, so sometimes they have to download. BB, you know what I could do? Could I maybe I could send you the link, and and then you could text it to them. Yeah, let me. Actually, Timon, can you help me with that? Do you have Maureen's phone number, so I can get things started? I'll send it to you, Timon. All right, y'all. So who do we got in the house here? We got Michelle. Michelle, remind me where you coming from again. Where do you live? Is it like Wallace? I don't even know where that's at. Is that by North Platte? Little Platte, North Platte. All right. So we got Wallace. Ceci's coming from Lexington. She probably just got done teaching. Probably running over to her coaching, whatever she's coaching right now. Ceci, how you doing? Tell us how you doing today. You got a new car? What?
Oh, you got a Kia.
Oh, you got a Kia? Kia in the house. Hold on. I think Michelle, someone's... All right. I had to mute Maria. Ceci, yeah. So one of the reasons that we're here today is we wanted just to kind of come back in. Oh, hold on. I think somebody... Nelson's on mute now. We wanted to reconnect, see how you all were doing since the summer. We have students here that were part of our summer program, either at North Platte or at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. And we also have some students here that are from Lincoln High School that were part of our summer program here. In fact, if you could do me a favor here in the chat, if you could let us know what camp you came to in the summer. Were you in North Platte? Or did you go to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln? Put it in the chat just so I know who's out there and who's live. And my goal is going to be to get people to turn on their camera. Yes.
Ceci's pinned.
Oh. And then we actually invited some of our previous coaches to come out and just say hello, a couple words at the beginning, just to reconnect with you all. We got Cynthia in the house. Hey, Cynthia. ¿Cómo estás, Cynthia? ¡Cynthia! All right. So, si puedes prender tus cámaras, if you guys can turn on your cameras. We want to see your pretty faces. We got Bue Mushi in the house. She's at Pumpkin Patch. She don't want to be showing off the Pumpkin Patch. We got Maya in the house. We got Nelson. Nelson, I almost seen your pretty face. It was so close. Yes, so far. We got Maureen. We got Livni. Livni, pues tú estás ahí bien cerca de Ceci. Just get in her car. Mia Rodriguez. ¿Cómo estás? Oh, Nelson's still in the bus. Dude, what time you get home? You had a what? Oh yeah, that's true. Like Omaha Public Schools out of school. All right, we got who we got here. Oh, okay. We got Brandon in the house, Nori, Aisha. All right, I'm gonna pass over to the other coaches. Just tell us how you doing, what you've been up to, maybe a favorite memory from the summer with the students. I'm gonna pass it off to Ceci. Looks like she's ready. Ceci, give it up for Ceci, everybody! Hey! Can you send Marine the link? Oh, nice. All right, y'all give it up for Ceci. Give it up, give it up. I got a round of applause for you, Ceci. All right, you pick somebody else. One of the other coaches. We got Timon in the house, and we got ¿Dónde está Boy Mushi? Helen.
Timon is here. Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see some of our Omaha students are here too. Hi, Miski, Aisha. Some students that did not went to the summer camp. All of you, all of these students that went to the summer camp. I hope you all remember me. My name is Coach Timon, even though I don't remember you. I have a short-term memory loss. Some of the coaches, they know this, but I see your face and I remember like we have met. You came to the summer camp, but I'm so excited to see all of you. I'm happy that all of you are here, that you'll get to listen to us one more time. So excited. Real quickly, can y'all do me a favor? Somebody's gonna win $100 today, right now. Can you?
What? $100?
Yeah, $100.
They don't care about that, right? No. Y'all just showed up for us. You wanted to see our faces, right? You see, Maria. Look at Maria said, yeah. She's like, a mí no me importa ese $100. A mí nomás quería ver a los coaches. I missed them. However, if we do have $100, like,
Yes.
I mean, you know, like,
If you want to be, in for that $100, obviously you're already in by just showing up right now. But what I need you to do right now is I need you to type your name in the chat so I can copy and paste it. We're gonna spin a wheel at the very end. Whoever it lands on gets $100. I will send it to you right now when I get. I texted you. Can you see or?
all right. So put down your entire name, todo nombre legal. So si it's like Maria de la Cruz, Santiago, Salinas, we want it all of it. All of it is beautiful. Ceci, what's your full name? Of course. I knew there had to be a Guadalupe or a Maria in there. Cecilia Guadalupe Perales Garcia. Okay. That is. Mine is Juan Oari Cangas Ramos. Juan, my middle name is Oari. Juan Oari Cangas Ramos. No? In English is January. So it's like in January. I don't know. All right. I want to know somebody else's full name. Mia, ¿qué es tu nombre completo? O nomás es Mia Rodríguez. ¿Qué? No te escuchamos nada. You have to unmute yourself. No te escuchamos. All right. Let's go with María. María. ¿Qué es tu nombre completo? Sí, tú. María de las de lentes. Unmute yourself. María José Rodríguez Hernández. Dang. Okay. I like that. All right. What about, let's go with Cynthia. ¿Qué es el nombre completo? La está pensando Cynthia. Dice, no sé mi nombre completo. Okay. Timon, is your complete name just Timon Garung? No middle name?
Yeah, my name is just Timon Garung. But fun fact, I was named Benjamin for a week. Yeah. So.
Oh, and you were born and then they named you Benjamin and then you.
Benjamin, yeah, for a week. So I could have been Coach Ben. Coach Ben.
Nah, I would not like that.
Yeah.
All right, so if you haven't already, please put your names down on the chat. Thank you, Ceci, for coming out. If you need to run to the wrestling practice, we appreciate you, but say goodbye to Ceci because I think she's got to head out. But meantime, we're going to hang out here for a couple minutes. Hope all is well, Ceci. We gotta hang out sometime. All right, so here's the deal. I'm giving out $100. However, you got to have your camera on. All right, tienes que tener tu cámara prendida, and you got to be participating. And this is why. You're gonna put your name in. We're gonna put your name in a wheel. Time is gonna show in a little bit, and at the end, we're gonna spin that wheel. However, the more you participate, the more we're gonna put your name in the wheel. So, necesitas tener tu cámara prendida y también necesitas participar en esta presentación que te vamos a tener hoy, porque lo más que participas, más vas a poder poner, oh, hey. Vamos a tener oportunidades que pongamos tu nombre en la rueda de la fortuna y al final vamos a darle a la rueda y si marca tu nombre vas a agarrar tu $100. So the more you participate, Kuse, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? It's one of my old students. He's growing now. All right, we got Johan in the house. Quintero, Michelle's got BB. What's up, BB? From Lincoln High School, right? Awesome. All right. Timon, you ready to kick this off?
Mm-hmm.
Can you show them the wheel? Make sure that you guys see your name on there. If you don't see it, tell Timon about it. I'm going to let you.
Yes, I'm trying to get everybody. Oh, I'm on mute. Can you allow
Yep.
me to share the screen? I have almost everybody. If you don't see your name on this wheel, then you're missing out a chance to win $100. So look carefully. I'm gonna share my screen right now. Those of you who just came in, I believe I got you, Johan. I was typing your name right now, Johan Quintero, Q-U-I, right here.
Quintero.
Hold on, let me get rid of this right here. Q-U-I-N-T-E-R-O. I know there's some of you that is missing right now. So please, if you don't see your name right here, if you're not one of these people, please write your name in the chat so I can write your name right now. Let's see if any of you have typed your name in the chat.
All right. While they're doing that, I think we should do an activity, huh?
Yeah, we can do that. Okay, here's your first chance, ladies and gentlemen. If you want more names, you can throughout today, right now, throughout this session, you can have a chance of getting more names. Here's your first chance of getting a name. Coach, can you help me monitor the chat here?
Yes,
what
sir.
What we're doing right now is your goal is to be the fastest person. Okay, we're gonna have number 1, number 2, and number 3 be the fastest person to guess what country that I'm about to show. You're gonna have 2 minutes on the clock. Okay, so get your phone close to you. Get your chat ready. Actually, right now, if you can hear me and you can participate in the chat, type some ones in the chat right now. Type some ones in the chat so we see you and we can know that you can. Okay, Brandon is here. Nelson is here. Okay. All right. I see. Here we go. Round one. Here's round one. What country do you think this is? Type it in the chat. What country? Okay, let me go this way. Type it in the chat. Some people here. Let me go this way. Oh, I think that's a Lamborghini. Look at that. That's a Lamborghini. You don't see those in the sky.
We got France, Italy, Spain, England. A lot of Europe. The majority.
A lot of Europe, but we're looking for a country.
Yeah. So France, Italy, Spain, France. A few France. There's a lot of people that think it's France.
There's somebody's head.
The Under Armour. Huh. Wonder. So we got Spain. Mia says Spain. Cynthia says Spain. BB says Italy. Aisha says France. Michelle says Italy, France, England. Wingland. Oh, Nelson meant England.
Okay. 33 seconds left.
33. What do you think it is? Anybody want to change their answer?
Change their answer. We'll take the first answer. Oh, okay. Look at that.
Oh. Crown Plaza.
Look at that. I think I know what country this is.
I think it's Germany. My guess is Germany.
I think I know what country this is. Cause I studied right next to this country.
Oh, what is it?
It is the great country of Slovakia or Austria, Vienna, Austria, right here.
Austria?
Austria. This is where I studied, right here, Budapest. Right here. I lived here for 6 months, and by train it would only take 3 hours for me to get here. Dang, I would have gotten this right.
Dang, nobody got it right.
Dang, nobody got it right?
Ooh, no, the closest one is probably Italy. Italy.
Italy. Who said Italy?
Habla la corija.
The closest one gets the point. All right. Here we go. Next round. What country is this?
Ooh, I know. I think I went to this country.
What country is this? I already know what country this is. Like 1000% I know what country this is
Sam, I can't
already.
see that. It's blurry.
There's small little cars, short streets.
Y'all know what these are called right here? Tricycle looking things?
Says Dhaka, India, Pakistan. Huh.
Okay, we got 1 minute left.
If nobody gets it right, we're gonna have to do like closest country.
Closest country if nobody gets it right.
Nepal, Kenya, Japan. I don't know where that. Japan.
Let me give you all a hint. If nobody has gotten it right, starts with a B.
B. Bangladesh.
Starts with a B.
BB thinks it's Bangladesh. That's a good guess. It's got to be an Asian country for sure, because only there is a lot of motorcycles. I'm thinking it's maybe Thailand. Marine, does this look like Thailand? All right, 10 seconds. What is the answer?
What is the answer? It is
Bangladesh.
Oh, okay.
It
Dun, dun,
It was Bangladesh.
So the first person that got it right?
Yes.
The
whoever
first
it was.
person is I'm going back here. The first person to say Bangladesh was Michelle.
Michelle.
Michelle. Congratulations, Michelle.
Michelle, you will get 3 extra names.
3?
3 extra names in the wheel.
Dang. She don't even got her camera on. How's she gonna get 3?
Michelle, if you turn-
now she got her
Carol,
camera on. Okay.
You got camera on?
I'm here.
Misky said that it was her. Hold on, Misky. Let me verify. Verify. Oh, I'm wrong.
Oh, dang.
I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Misky.
Okay, listen. It was me.
It,
I
w-
set my.
it was actually at the same time, I think, because it's 5:54. They was exact same time. Can we
Same time.
can we do a tie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could do 2 and 2. We could do 2 and 2.
Yeah.
We could do
All
2
right,
and 2.
all right.
That's
But
what
hold on, Misky doesn't even got her camera on. How are we gonna give her?
Where's Misky?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There's Misky.
There we go, Misky. Misky from Benson. Hey, Misky.
Hi.
Oh, all right. So you got 3 extra names, and then Michelle, you got 3 extra names. All right, y'all. So I got a question for everybody in here. Let me actually pin myself here. I got a question for you all. I got a bow and arrow right here. All right, and I got a question. Where should I point this bow and arrow? Should I point it? What if I just right there? Over here? Yes? Over there? Or right in the center right there? Well, it depends on what you're shooting at, right? Because unless you have a target, you're just kind of throwing arrows all over the place. And you might be shooting a lot of arrows and doing a lot of different things, but you're never hitting something. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about today. Una de las cosas que vamos a hablar hoy is about what are you shooting at? What is the mark? What are the things you're trying to accomplish? And what I'd like you to do right now, I'm going to show you a little question. I want you to think about this right here. What is, or if you could accomplish one thing this year, what would it be? Si pudieras alcanzar una meta este año, nomás una, ¿qué fuera esa meta? I want you to put it in the chat. What's something you want to accomplish for this year? Put it in the chat. What's something you want to accomplish? And if you're online, we got some people online. What's something you want to accomplish this year? Here's some examples that you might have. So maybe you want to get good grades. Or maybe you want to make more friends. Get better at speaking English. Jaden says, I want to be a better athlete. My essay is staying stress-free. Oh, me too. I want less stress in my life. How do you think I lost my hair? Aisha says, I want to stay focused and achieve my goals this year. Cynthia says, I want to speak more English. All right. getting all my honors classes and getting better at my favorite sports. Okay. Brandon says have a better payment. Nice. So all these things, I love them. They're all things that we call goals, right? And a goal is nothing more than just something you're going after, whether it's better grades, whether it's making more friends, and there's power in having some good goals in your life. I'll give you an example in my life how it's really, really important to have some goals that I was going after, and how at different points in my life, depending on if I had goals or if I didn't, my life was going in different ways. So I'm going to show you a picture in a moment. But before I show you this picture, I need to trust you, okay? Because this picture is when I was in middle school. Most of you have never seen it before. Some of you may have seen it at the camp. But one thing I want to say is when I show you this picture, I have hair in this picture, okay? I don't need you to tell me, oh my goodness, mister, you have hair. Because I know that I had hair when I was younger and I don't anymore. Life happens. So when I want you to look at this picture, and they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, okay? And so when I was in middle school, I was this kid in the blue jersey. Look at that. I was so handsome with hair. But I wasn't making the best choices. And I want you to guess, okay? Just from this picture, what kind of grades do you think I was getting? How many, what do you think my grades were? Do you think they were A's and B's? Or do you think I was getting more C's and D's and F's? Put it in the chat. What do you think? Just if you were to guess. This kid in the blue jersey, middle school. Livni says F. Dang. No D's, Livni? Que mala. No me quieres dar ni una D? No A's, B's. Brandon. Cynthia said you're probably getting A's, C's, and D's. No. So I will tell you this. My 8th grade, this was my 8th grade year. And in my 8th grade year, I got 0 A's. I got 0 B's. I got 2 C's, about 3 D's, and 2 F's. And I still went on to a 9th grade. I don't have any idea how, right? But one of the main problems that I had is I didn't have any goals. I didn't have anything I was looking forward to. When people would ask me like, hey, Juan, what do you want this year? Like, what kind of grades do you want? I would say, oh, I don't know, man. I don't really care, you know, like whatever I get. And if you don't have something you're shooting for, you're just going to end up with whatever life gives you. However, when I got to high school, I decided that I wanted something for my life, right? That I wanted to go after something new. And I made one small change, right? Well, I made 2 big changes. One, I set some goals for the year. My 9th grade year, I wanted something different for high school. I don't know if you've ever had that. No sé si has tenido ese tiempo en tu vida que quieres algo diferente, you want something different. And I started writing down. I sat down before the school year started, and I started writing down some goals that I had. I want to get good grades, you know? I want to be able to make some new friends. That was one of the things I wanted. You know, my old friends were kind of dragging me down, and so I wanted to make some new friendships. And when I ended up graduating from high school, this kid right here, let me move myself here. Look at that. I had that mustache on there right there, all awkward looking. When I went to high school, just by filling out some goals and getting around other people that had some different goals in their life, I want you to guess what kind of grades do you think I got in high school? The only difference was I was making, you know, I had the goals, I had new friends, A's. Aisha says A's. What else? A, P's plus. Yep. Maya says A's. Yeah. I'll tell you this. You know how many A's I got in high school? All A's. All A's except one class. One class gave me a B my senior year. I'll never forgive this person, this teacher. You'll never guess it. In fact, if you guess what class I got a B in, Timon, they're going to get 2 extra names in the wheel. What class? Hey, ladies. What class? Algebra? Nope. Math? I got straight A's in math. Science? No, Maya. I was great at science. Actually, chemistry was a little hard, but I still got an A. Brandon says sports. Close to sports. Close to sports. I haven't seen it yet. Nope. English? Nope. Calculus? Nope. BB, you got it right. BB, I got a B in specifically besides PAE was weight training. Yeah, I know. I can't believe I got that B. Come on, I love to weight train, but the thing is I would skip class sometimes, and so the teacher gave me a B. But I got mainly all A's, and not only that, I ended up applying to some scholarships, and I got a full ride scholarship. Now, what was the difference? The biggest difference was when I was in middle school, I was just living day in and day out. Tomás estaba viviendo por el momento, right? If I felt like going to school, I go to school. If I felt like doing my work, I do my work. And so I lived my life based on my feelings, but in high school, I lived my life based on the goals that I have for my life. Even if I didn't feel like going to school that day, my goals got me to school. Even if I didn't feel like asking questions in class that day, my goals got me to ask questions because I had something that I was shooting to. And that's the importance of goals. And here's another example, okay? I want you to get something to write with. Grab something to write with, all right? We're going to have another little challenge here. Get something to write with. In a moment, I'm gonna say these 4 different things. So I want you just to get something like this to write with. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to draw something on this piece of paper, right? Just blank piece of paper. You ready? And if you get the same image that I'm drawing, then we'll get some extra names in the wheel, okay? You ready? So, show me if you got your paper. ¿Quién tiene su papel? Show me if you got your paper in front of you. All right, Cynthia's got her paper. Mia, ¿tienes tu papel? Go get your paper. Michelle's got her paper. Aisha, you got your paper. Maya, before we leave, I got to show you an amazing picture that I got from you from this summer. You're like singing in the front, and I'm thinking about that picture every time I see you. Brandon, Michelle. All right, you got a paper? Okay. So I'm going to tell you what to draw. I'm going to tell you a shape to draw. But I'm not going to let you ask questions. So no nos puede hacer preguntas. And I just want you to draw these shapes on this piece of paper. Okay, you ready? I want you to draw a square. So a square, right? ¿Cómo se dice en español? A square, sorry, square. So draw a square somewhere on your piece of paper. Now I want you to draw a triangle. All right. And now I want you to draw a rectangle. And then I want you to draw a small circle. Okay, now I want you to draw another square. And then somewhere on there, I want you to draw a cross. Kind of like this, you know? Boom, boom. So a cross. Una cruz. All right. If you got what I drew, you get an extra name. You ready? On the count of 3, I want to see what you draw. 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you can see it right there. Oh, it's kind of hard. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, Michelle. Michelle, did you really draw that? All right. So hold on. Out of everybody in here, only me and Michelle. Can you give Michelle put her an extra name on the wheel? Only me and Michelle drew the same thing. Why is that? Well, it's because you didn't know what the goal was, right? No, you didn't know what we were building together. And sometimes if you don't have a goal, you're doing everything that's needed to be successful, but you're not putting the parts together. You might be going to school, but you're only going to school because somebody's making you go to school, right? Or you might be doing the homework, but you're not connecting how that homework is going to give you a career, or make you go to college, help you go to college. And so it's important to have in your head a picture of what you're drawing. I'll give you another example. Get another piece of paper. Got otro papel. Okay. Now I'm gonna give you a goal. Our goal together is we're gonna draw a car. Vamos a dibujar un carro, okay? That's our goal. However, I'm gonna give you the steps, the actions, the symbols or the shapes, okay? And you're gonna draw the best car you can draw. Actually, can you give me a marker? Yeah, perfect. Thank you. All right, you ready? We're gonna draw a car. So vamos a dibujar un carro. Pero les voy a dar. I'm gonna give you the shapes. Only use the shapes that I give you. Ready? I want you to draw a rectangle. Draw a rectangle. All right. I want you to draw two circles. Two circles. Dos círculos. All right. And then I want you to draw a triangle. Triangle. And then I want you to draw another circle. And then I want you to draw a line. Una línea nomás. Just one line. All right, let's see what you do. Ready? I want to see on the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Let me see what you got. Let me see. Oh, okay. All right. I like it. All right. Everybody got the car in there. So it's important that we have a purpose, right? Tenemos un propósito. Because when we have a purpose, we can put the pieces together. And those pieces are going to help us accomplish the things that we want for our future. So, that's what I'd like you to do. Okay, I want you to think about this next 6 months. Estos próximos 6 meses. And I'd like you to think about what is 2 goals that you have.
How Mike Tyson became the youngest champion in boxing history.
Let me go here. I want you to think about what are 2 goals que tienen para estos próximos 6 meses. So I want you to write them down, think about them. Some of them you already wrote down, one of them, but I want you to think about a personal goal. So here's an example. Maybe you want to find a job, okay, as one of your personal goals. Maybe you want to make more friends this year. Maybe you want to get good grades or get a scholarship. Corey's in the house. Corey, are you here? Where you at? Think about what is it that you want to. I want you to write it down. What's a personal goal, and what is a school goal? Have a good job. Brandon wants to do some weights. Band, geometry. Jaden, I like. Is that your room? Is that your room, Jaden? Are you a gamer? Looks like you're a gamer. You're a streamer. All right, so think about that again. So what's a personal goal you have for the next 6 months, and what's something that is a school goal? And I'm gonna pick on someone. You know what? Corey's always ready, and Sichi just hopped on. Corey, we want to hear from Corey. Corey, what's up? Tell us what's either a personal or a school goal that you have this year.
My school goal this year is to get into National Honor Society, and then like a personal goal is to just make more money.
Okay, so make some more money. Are you working right now?
I literally just got off work and I have to go to cheer like here in 30 minutes, but
Ooh.
yeah.
Where are you working at?
Oh, I do nails.
Oh, what? Okay, girl.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that business going on.
All right. I'm gonna have to bring you to the camp again this next year.
Oh, yay.
You can do
I'm
people.
excited.
You can do people's nails. You know.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
All right. Cool. All right. Snap it up. Snap it up for Corey. All right. Let's go with Brandon. ¿Qué es una meta que tienes para este año?
Una meta es tener un carro nuevo y tener A en mi escuela.
Ok, agarrar A's en la escuela y comprar un carro nuevo. ¿Qué tipo de carro quieres?
Sí. Una Ford F-150.
Un Ford, o sea, una troca.
Sí.
Oh, ok, qué bien. All right, give it up, give it up. Let's go with, who else is on here? BB, are you still there?
Yes.
I just like saying your name, BB. BB,
Like, I can say,
what's a goal that you have for this year?
like, I can say the goal I have for this year, like, I want to have good grades, like, this quarter before we close. And then my personal goal is that I want to, like, spend, like, this year before it finishes, like, just have good friends and spend time with my family.
Yeah, so get good grades and then spend some time with your family and your friends?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Give it up, give it up, give it up. All right. Let's do one more. Let's do Maya. Maya's in the house. Maya, what's a goal that you have?
One goal is to be more social and just to talk to more people.
All right. So talk to more people, like maybe even like make some new friends.
Yeah.
All right. I like that. Step it up. All right. I lied. I said you know what? I need one more. I need one more. I'm looking at Maria. She looks like she's got a good one. I could just tell. She's like, please pick me. Maria, what's a personal goal?
My personal goal is to be better at wrestling.
Oh.
And my school one is to be better in my pre-ACT, which is gonna be really important because next year I'm gonna be a junior, which means I'm gonna be taking my ACT. So I'm really scared for that.
Oh, okay. And you're doing wrestling?
Yes.
Dang. Okay, I love that. You might be saying Ceci around because she's the girls wrestling coach for Lexington.
I know.
So you're like, if I go against one of your girls, you better still root for me, okay?
I don't know about that.
All right. Give it up for Maria. All right. As I was listening to everybody's goal, unfortunately, you all fell into the same problem that a lot of students when they tell me their goals did. Okay, let me show you an example of this. So I'm gonna show you an image, and I'd like you to tell me what you think the image is. It's a little blurry, okay? So, what do you think that is? What do you think that image is? Let's see who can get it first. What is that image? Miski says it's a tree. Maybe a tree, maybe not. What is that image? Broccoli. It is broccoli. All right. Who got it first? Corey. Timon, can you put Corey down for one extra name in the wheel because she got it down. It is broccoli. All right, here's the next one. What is that? Ooh, it's a little harder. What is that image? Dun, 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 dun. What is that image, huh? Oh, somebody say tomato sauce. We got apple juice, orange juice. It is apple juice. Oh my goodness, Corey again? Dang, girl, let some other people win. All right. Time in. Corey gets another name. All right, here's another one. Ready? What is this? ¿Qué es esto? Oh, sorry. We got... We got volcano. We got fire, lava. All right. It is a volcano. All right. Who got it first? Maya. Maya got it correct. Congratulations, Maya. Time another extra name for Maya. All right. Here's another one. They're going to get a little harder. What is this? It is... Yep. It's a peacock. Michelle gets this round. She was the first one. All right. Now these next two, well, this one's a little bit harder than the last one. Sometimes people don't even get that one. What is this right here? ¿Qué es eso? It says water bottle, ice pack, Q-tips. It is an ice cube. All right, who got it first? Aisha. Aisha said ice. Timon put Aisha down for the ice. All right, here's the last one. This is the hardest one. Okay, most students do not get this one. Let's see if you will get it. I'd be very surprised if you get it. If you get it, I'll be like, híjole, this person is very impressive. What is it? What is it? Somebody said boats, bed, a combine, a plane, a cruise, a mansion, a desert, a sea, an ocean. They're all wrong! They're all wrong. Nobody's gotten it right yet. It is a guitar. Oh. Somebody said a plancha. Nope, close enough. Oh, nobody got that round. But the reason I showed you these images is because sometimes when we set goals, we set them when they're too general. They're not clear enough. We say, oh, things like, I want to get better grades, or I want to make some more money. I think I heard Corey said that, right? Or I want to get a job, or I want to make friends. But the problem is that we don't make a clear goal. It's kind of blurry. And some people, you might be able to know what you want, but you're not really clear about it. And so here's the thing I want to teach you today, okay? If you learn nothing else, learn this, okay? That when you're setting goals, the reason that they fail is because they're too general. And so what you need to make a goal is more specific, and we need to make it time bound. What do I mean by that? I mean that when you're thinking about a goal, if somebody can look at your goal and ask you more questions about it, then it's not as specific. So here's some examples, okay? Maybe your goal is I want to get better grades, but that's too blurry, right? You need to make it more focused. So how do you make it more focused? You ask yourself, what is it that I really want specific? Because better grades is different for everybody, right? Like, for example, for Jaden, what's a good grade for you? Like, if I was to say, if you want to get a good grade in your class, what is a good grade for you? B, C, A plus. He's like, my grade is to try to turn off this mute button. It's always the hardest part. You got it, Jaden? All right, I'll come back to you. Mia Rodriguez. ¿Qué es una buena calificación para ti? What's a good grade for you in your eyes? A, B, C. An A? Okay. Yeah. For some of us, it's an A, but sometimes it could be a really hard class, right? That we're like, man, we can't. Maybe like for me, for example, a hard class in school was like science class. So I might want to be getting a B. That's for me. So here's an example of how you can make it more specific, okay? So instead of I want to get better grades, you could write it down a little bit more specific by saying, I will get an A in math by December 2025. See, when you make it more specific, you tell me the grade and by when. That's the way that you make it more clear, right? The images. So here's another example. I want to get more involved in school. It's kind of blurry. Like, what does that mean? How many clubs? How many organizations? In fact, if your friend came up to you and they told you, hey, one of my goals is I want to get more involved in school. What questions would you have for them? Because it's not clear. Put it in the chat. What kind of questions would you have for them? If your friend came up to you and told you, hey, I want to get better grades. Or I want to get more involved in school. Maybe one question you would have is like, well, what clubs do you want to get involved in, right? Yeah, Aisha says stop being lazy. Don't insult them, Aisha. Jeez, I told him to ask them a question. Maya says, how are you going to get involved in school? Yep. Jaden said, what classes do you want to improve in? What's your plan? Yeah, BB says, how are you going to study hard? All right. Yeah. So one of the ways that you can make it more specific is maybe how many clubs do you want to get involved in, or what kind of clubs? Like for you all right here, how many of you raised your hand if you like art? Raise your hand if you like art. Levante la mano si les gusta arte. All right. So you would be great for an art club. Raise your hand if you like clubs or you like sports. Yeah, Maria, you better like sports because you're going to be throwing around. Getting thrown around. All right. How many of you like technology? La tecnología. Yeah. So maybe getting clubs and getting involved in things that things that you actually like. So here's one way you can make this goal more specific. I will get involved in 2 student organizations by October 15th of 2025. So notice how it's more specific, right? It's not just I want to get more involved, but there's two different clubs I want to get involved in, and this is the date. So specific and a date. All right, this next one, I'm going to give it to you, and I want you to write it in the chat. How would you make this goal more specific? Ready? I want to find a job. Put it in the chat. How would you make this more specific? Oops. Quiero que escriban en el chat cómo pudieran hacer esta meta más específica. So it's not as blurry. Yeah, I like that, Michelle. What kind of job would it be? Like construction work, artwork? That's really... Look at Michelle. Dang, Michelle, you smart. Maya says, I want to find a slumber job that fits in my schedule and pays good. Yeah, that's a good one. What's a good paying job for you, Maya? $10 an hour? 14? When I got my first job, it was... I got paid $5.75, and I was like, dang, I'm banking. ¿Qué piensas tú, Maya? How much money would you like to get paid an hour?
Maybe like 15.
15?
14.
Okay.
15, 14.
Nice, that's good. All right, we got Maria says, stop being lazy. I'll go out to my communities and find a job that falls in my interest. I don't know why you all keep offending people. Corey says, what job are you most interested in? Yeah. So one way I think I could make this more specific is maybe this. I will find a job in one of 3 places: a restaurant, a department store, or a distribution that pays me $18 an hour by October 2025. So I'm telling you, the more specific you are in writing down your goals, the more likely it is that you're going to achieve them. I'll give you an example of how powerful this is, and we'll start wrapping it up, right? So how many of you have ever heard of this place called Harvard? Raise your hand if you've ever heard of this place called Harvard. What is it? What is Harvard? Is it a restaurant? Is it a place you go and play games? What is Harvard? Yeah, Corey. it's a college. You trying to go there? Well, some of you would. You know what? It would have been funny, Corey, if you would have said it's a small town outside of Hastings, because there's actually a small Harvard right outside of Hastings, right? So yeah, so it's not just any college. Okay, Harvard is uno de los colegios. I think it's like the first or second college that ever was started in the United States, and it's one of the most like prestigious. What does that mean? It's one of the most like, it's like where students that are really, really smart and really, really talented, they go here. In fact, to go to Harvard, you almost have to have straight A's. So these students are like the top of the top students, okay? And so the reason I'm telling you this is because a few years ago, they did a study for these students that were graduating Harvard. Now, if you do graduate Harvard, you already are like one of the smartest kids in your community, okay? So these students that were graduating, they asked them a question. They said, hey, how many of you have goals? They made them write a survey down. And they would write down, okay, well, you know, this many people, like, I have goals. And then they asked them, like, how many of you have goals written down? And then they asked them, how many of you have goals written down and have a plan of how you're going to achieve it? Now, as they were doing this, they noticed that people fell into 3 different buckets, okay? And some students had goals or didn't have any goals. They were just kind of like, you know, graduating and just trying to figure life out. Some people had goals, but they didn't have them written down. And some students had goals written down and a plan. Which one do you think? Put it in the chat. What percentage of students do you think had goals written down and a plan of how to achieve them? 3% or 13%? ¿Qué porcentaje de estudiantes piensas tú que tenían metas escritas y también un plan de cómo iban a alcanzarlos? So Jaden says 13%, Corey says 3%, Michelle says 3%, Misky says 13%. All right. So y'all are getting close. So I'll tell you this. 84%, the majority of the students that graduated Harvard, these are the smartest kids. They didn't really have any goals written down. They had them in their head, but not written down. And then they definitely didn't have a plan. 13% had goals written down. Okay, they had written down their goals, but they hadn't written down a plan of how they were going to accomplish them. And then 3% had the goals written down and a plan of how they were going to accomplish. Like, I want to get better. I want to get an A in math, or I'm going to get a job and make this amount of money, and this is how I'm going to do it. Now, here's the coolest part. Don't miss this, okay? 10 years later, they followed these students, and they found them, and they were professionals, and they had their careers. Y les hicieron esta pregunta. They said they made this question. Hey, how much money are you making now? And you wouldn't guess this. What they found out is the students that wrote down their goal, just wrote it down, they were making twice as much money as the students who didn't write down their goals. They both had goals, pero unos los escribieron, some of them wrote them down, and other people just kept them in their head. And it's because it was clear when they wrote it down. And here's the most amazing part. The students that wrote down their goals and they wrote down a plan of how they were going to accomplish it, they were making 10 times. 10 times! That's a lot more, right? 10 times more money than the students that didn't. Now, why is that the case? Because the more clear you are on what you want, and when you have action steps of how to accomplish it, that's the way that you actually get to your goals. And so here's my challenge to you all, okay? Sometime today, write down that goal that you wrote down and make it more specific. I showed you some examples of how to make it more specific. And then put it somewhere around your room. Put it somewhere where you see it every day. In fact, when I was in college, you don't believe me. You won't believe me, okay? But when I was in college and you would go into my dorm, my whole side of my dorm was filled with pictures of dreams that I had. Like pictures of a car I wanted to buy, right? Pictures of places I wanted to go visit in the world. Pictures of what I wanted to do as a professional. And some of those things actually came through. I remember one time my roommate was like, Juan, dude, you need to get rid of all these pictures. They look all whack. They're just like printouts, you know, on your wall. And I'm like, no, bro, these are my dreams, all right? These are my goals. These are the things that I need to keep clear in my mind of what it is that I want. So, let's do this. Let me finish with this and then we'll spin the wheel, okay? So I have a little story for you all. Y'all remember in the summer camp when we used to have some story time? Here's a little story I want to leave with you, okay? So this is one of my favorite stories. There was this kid, or there was this big ranch, and there's this owner that owned this big ranch, and he was such a nice guy that he would let people come in and they would host events. And one day they were hosting like a fundraiser. You know what that is? It's like where an organization comes and they're trying to raise money, and so they invite people to eat. And they asked him if he would say some words, right? Since he's the ranch owner, and he let them have the dinner right there. And so he comes up to the front, and he says a couple words, and he says, you know what? My friend told me to say a couple words, and let me just tell you a story. And he says, a long time ago, there was this kid and his dad, and they were pretty poor, but they would always be moving around. And his dad was a horse trainer, so he would go from ranch to ranch to ranch training horses. And one time, since he had to move a lot, this kid didn't really make a lot of friends, and it was really hard because he had to constantly move. Until one time he stayed out of town long enough. It was like the longest that he'd ever been in a town. And he went to one of his classes, and he was in English class, and his teacher gave him an assignment, and he said, hey, I want you to write an essay about a big dream you have for your future. Right? Write it out, make it really clear, make me see your dream. I want to be able to see the dream on the paper. And he goes home, and he's thinking, what do I want my dream to be? Oh, and then he has a dream. And his dream is, man, one day I want to, I've been all around the country, and I've seen these beautiful farms with horses. One day I'm going to have one of the most beautiful farms with all these horses, right? Instead of my dad going around and training all these horses, he's going to be there, and he's going to have his own farm. And so he has this dream, and he goes back to the school, and he hands it into the teacher. And a couple days later, the teacher's passing out the papers back with a grade. And he comes to him, and he's got a big F on his paper. And he's like, what? And he wrote like the best paper he thought he'd ever written. And he doesn't understand why he got an F. So he goes back to the teacher, and he hands in the paper, and he's like, hey, why did I fail this paper? Now, the bad thing about this teacher was that, man, she wasn't a great teacher, okay? She didn't really believe in students, and she kind of brought them down. And she said, well, the reason that I gave you an F is because I know your family, I know you, and this is just not a realistic dream. I told you to write a realistic dream, and really, it's going to be really hard for you to accomplish this dream. That's horrible, right? And in that moment, the teacher looked at him and said, look, I'll give you a chance. I will let you write this paper again, but you cannot write the same dream. You have to write something else that's more realistic to what you can actually do. Or you can take the F and keep the dream idea. So he takes the paper, he goes home, he tells his dad, Dad, look how unfair this teacher is. But the dad, he knows that this is a good opportunity for him to learn something. See? And so instead of telling him what to do, he's like, well, I think you got a big decision to make. What decision would you make if that was your situation? Put it in the chat. Yeah, Corey. Kind of like a vision board. You got a vision board? Okay. What decision would you make? Would you rewrite the paper? ¿Escribieras el papel otra vez? Or would you not rewrite it and take the good, or get it, and get the F? Jaden says, stay with the same dream. Try and prove her wrong. Keep the F and my dream. Yeah, Maya, that's a good idea, right? It's just like, maybe tell them, hey, you know what? I'll keep the F, but I'm also keeping the dream. Corey says, my dream? All right. Well, this is what happened to the kid. He went back to the teacher. He said, you know what? I'm going to keep this because I actually feel like I did a good job. I'm going to keep my dream. You keep the F. And coming back to the story, right? The guy that was speaking in the front, he's like, I'm telling you all this story because if you look right in the back, you see that paper that's framed with that F on there? Well, I'm that kid. And eventually I accomplished this dream of buying this farm. And every time I look at that, I remind myself that my failures actually pushed me to the dreams that I have for the future, right? But you have to be clear about them. So, all right, everybody. We've gone over a little bit of time. I think time is still on here. Tamin, I think these individuals are ready to win $100. Anybody ready to win? What would you do with $100? That's a lot of money. Like what? Like if you won it. For example, Maya, if you won $100, what would you do with $100? Oh, okay, save it. Save it all, or not even go out to eat a little bit? Huh? All right. Livni, si ganaras $100, ¿qué hicieras con ese dinero? She's like, I'm playing outside or something. She's like, BB, if you won $100, what would you do with $100? That's a lot of money. Livni says, no funciona mi micrófono. Sorry, no sé por qué. Pues escríbenos, Livni, ¿qué compraras con $100? Comida. Invítanos para unos tacos allá in Lexington. You know what? When we got done with our camp at North Platte, we stopped in Lexington at this taco place. Huh, it's like our ritual now. Oh, me too, bro. I think I'm gonna go eat tacos after this. All right. Somebody on Facebook said, Diana said, invest it. Buy bulk in Costco. All right. Before we do the spinning, how y'all doing? How are things going so far? Y'all stressed out? Y'all done for school already? Already? It's only October. Well, I got some good news. This next year, we're going to be having some other summer camps. We're going to have another one in Lincoln. We'll have probably one in like maybe Kearney and maybe one in North Platte or Scottsbluff. And so we'll be letting you all know about those opportunities and see if you're interested in it. I know the one in North Platte and Scottsbluff will be a little bit different than the one we did. And it's going to be a little longer because I know we had 2 days. And I know some of you were saying, hey, we wanted a little bit longer. So we're thinking about doing like 3 days for out in Scottsbluff or North Platte. So hopefully we'll be able to hang out with you all again. All right, Timon, you ready? All right. Camera must be on for you to win. So if we say your name and your camera's not on, then we're moving to the next person. Michelle was on it. She's only an 8th grader. Are you an 8th grade or 9th grade? Yeah, we can see it. We can see it. We can see it.
Brome's on here. Jaden.
How Mike Tyson became
here. Maria, BB. We got some people. Everybody. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen.
Anybody have a good feeling like you're gonna win it? I don't know. I feel like BB's gonna win it. I don't know. I think.
Go count us. I'm gonna count down. Okay, ready? 3.
Let's go.
2, 1, and spinning. Oh, is it Maya or is it Cynthia?
Oh,
Maya or Cynthia?
Oh,
or is it Maya?
Oh snap! Maya wins it. She's gonna invest. Just don't invest in Bitcoin, please. All right, congratulations, Maya.
So close, Cynthia. Bitcoin.
All right, Maya. Maya, stay afterwards. I want to make sure I have your correct address because I'm gonna mail you a gift card. And then can we do this, y'all? Please turn on your camera. We're gonna take a picture. I know. Do your hair if you need to. All right, ready? Aisha, Napa, turn on your cameras. We're taking a picture. All right, ready? Hold on, let me all right, on the count of 3. Hold on. Is this? All right, ready? Timon, are you in the gym? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Queso. All right, y'all. All right, thanks for hopping on, y'all. We appreciate you. We'll probably have another session here in March, so we'll reach out. But y'all stay blessed and continue working hard. Maria, I want to see some pictures of you wrestling. Send them to. Well, actually, that's weird. Don't send me any pictures, but. Well, good luck in your wrestling. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. All right, see y'all. Hasta luego. Se cuidan.